All right, something cool here is with the guys from the Lonely Ones. How you guys doing today, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Real good, real good. Glad to have you guys back on the show. And I've seen you guys had a busy couple of days from what I'm looking at here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I seen a new single that just got dropped, and I seen a lineup change.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So let's go on the lineup change first. How'd that all come about? I seen you're going from bass to guitar. You got a new bass player coming in.
Yeah. About a month ago, month and a half ago, probably about a month ago, Jake decided he didn't want to be in the band anymore. And we just, you kind of weigh out all your different options and figure out what is going to cause the least roadblocks in front of keeping everything going. And we collectively decided that was going to be me moving over to guitar and getting somebody else to play bass. And our good friend, True Roberts, has actually toured with us before as a crew member. And he's always been a good friend and fits in real well and wanted the job really badly, which is always of the highest priority is wanting to put the work in. And it's been pretty easy so far, really. A lot of work, a lot of rehearsals, but the attitude's good and things have been going a lot smoother than I thought they would, really.
Now, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'd agree. That's 100%. Jimmy's correct.
Now, is it an easy transaction to go from bass to guitar for you?
It's not been too bad. There's a lot, you got to kind of rewire the way that your brain works, interacting with the music and who you're listening to, what you're listening to, and how you're listening to it. But, I played guitar for longer than I played bass. So it was already something I had the skill set to do. It's just been adjusting, like changing a new pair of shoes or something.
Now, the last time you played bass is going to be on the new single, The Way Out. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. I dug that track. Listened to it
Thank
about 4 times today. Just first time, I usually do once just to get my feel, but something about it, man, kept me coming back for more. So
that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Yeah. Awesome.
Now, as I'm checking it out, there was an animated promo that goes with it. Is that going to be a full video, or is that just a tease that you guys did?
Just a commercial. We've been so busy that we haven't really had time to shoot a video. So we hired a company that was local that did a really great job, and it was like we just needed something to go behind it. You know what I mean? It's like videos take a long time, and we did not have the time. So it was like, right now, that's what we're going to have. But if things play out right, then we would definitely like to continue that and make that the full video.
Cool, man. I really dug the concept. I mean, there's a lot to work with there.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
So with this track, man, what would you say? It's a love song, a hate song?
The love song.
Okay.
So I don't even know how to, like the pandemic made some people, depression and anxiety and a lot of things set in on a lot of people, myself included. And this story kept coming up. I won't go into how it came up. But it was one of the most interesting things that I became obsessed with, this concept of this world is going to hell in a handbasket, and let's just go meet on the other side and see if it's better over there. I'll find you. I'll go first, you go next, and I'll find you. I'll be waiting on you.
Cool, man. That's real cool. Now, how have you guys been holding up now? I mean, playing with shows and shit like that. How's the world been treating you?
Good. We've done about 40 shows so far?
Yeah, give or take a few, about 40 shows. Done plenty of support dates, got plenty more coming up, which has been kind of our goal, was to get in front of other people's audiences. We started out doing headliners, and I think now it's time for us. Now we got our show tightened up, make sure we're moving on and getting in front of more people.
Yeah, and it's been really cool. Like I said, we've done about 40 shows, which for us is not very many. What we're used to doing, we're used to doing 160, 180 shows a year. So it feels like a little slow start, but the world is opening back up and people are coming back out to concerts, and it's starting to look like normal again. So we're ready to hit the ground running.
That's cool, man. I noticed that like a lot of states are starting to finally get their act together and doing things. Like I'm in New York, and they just changed it from everything's different now. No masks, no more vaccine requirement. You know, you can do whatever you want.
Nice.
We went from complete lockdown there to fucking get rid of, you know, we they passed up on a lot of big shows, you know, and I've noticed because they didn't want to deal with, you know, the vaccine or a mask mandate or anything like that. And now they announced that it's done on, what's today, Tuesday? Yesterday. Everything was finished yesterday. And what do you know? They announced fucking Metallica's coming. So,
wow. That's good. Yeah, it does feel, it feels, you know, it feels a little strange, like just all of a sudden, okay, now it's over, which is wonderful. But yeah, it's like, you know, I had to read it several more times. It's like, am I reading this correctly? Are we back in business? Are we back, you know, back to normal? And so, yeah, I understand what you mean, especially New York. New York lifting everything is like, didn't see that one coming that fast.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, it's going to be a little different at first. I'll still carry a mask in my pocket. You never know. I go to the grocery store. I seen someone cough the other day, and I was like, holy fuck, this guy's a germ. Take him outside and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like I wore my mask to the grocery store for 2.5 years, and or however, I'm not good with dates. But so I went into the grocery store the other day and for some reason forgot it and just felt so naked and so weird, and looked around, and about 50% of the people were still wearing it, 50% weren't. I felt very strange about it.
You know, I do hope my local strip club keeps the mask mandate going on, because it made a lot of the girls a lot more attractive that way.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
So after this, man, I seen you guys got some gigs booked for next month. Was that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. 2 shows in March, one of which is going to be with our buddies in Blacktop Mojo.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just doing the 2 then. And then April, we're quite busy.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
April, we go out with September Morning and Magnolia Bayou. And so, yeah, the 2 shows in March are going to get us ready with True. Like, okay, here's your stage legs under you. And then we'll go immediately back to rehearsal and keep going. And then we go out in April. And we're kind of flip-flopping some of those shows, right? Some of those shows we're headlining, some of them.
With September Morning and Magnolia Bayou, yeah. We're deciding between us who is going to have the biggest draw as a band each night, and we'll decide accordingly.
You guys still play the same amount of time?
Probably, maybe a few minutes less.
Yeah, cut a song or two, but yeah, we usually do about a 45-minute set. Doing a 3-hour set is, we're not Journey. So as a brand new band, about 35, 45 minutes is enough to get the point across and not bore people to death. So that's kind of the attitude that we keep. But if we happen to be fortunate enough to have 30 top 10 hits, then we'll play 3 hours then.
You guys still rocking out that cover songs you guys were doing? The
Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. Did you guys ever get to meet Sam Jones or what?
Yeah.
We got to meet him, probably 9 months ago, Marty? Something like that?
Yeah. One of the nicest guys ever.
Super cool. He shouted us out. There was a big, long line of people wanting his signatures, and he saw us walk in and yelled, "Hey, is that the Lonely Ones?" Yelled it from across the room, so it made us feel pretty cool.
Yeah, he was super cool, and he actually sent it to Brian May. Sam Jones did, and Brian May reached out to us and said, "Magnificent cover," and it was a surreal moment. It was like one of the coolest things that's happened to me in my career so far, and especially being an early band, just having your hero say, watched your video and listened to the version of the song you did. It was like, I still wake up every morning and it's like, well, things are a little crazy, but Brian May liked the song, so it's not that bad.
Did you guys get to have your TED moment and shoot some rails with him?
No, I think he's given that up.
Yeah, so am I.
Disappointing, man. That's half the fun right there,
Maybe he'll let us be in the next TED movie, and we can all act.
There you go. So, with that being said, are you guys just going to be doing singles from here on out, or do you guys have a full album planning, or what are you doing?
Well, I wouldn't say we argue about it, but Jimmy and I aren't on the same page on this, are we? I think we should put an album out. Jimmy thinks we should keep putting singles out. And I agree. I see where Jimmy's coming from. And I'm just an old school guy that thinks we should put an album out. But I don't know if it makes any sense in this day and age where, people are cherry picking singles off records, and things have changed so much. I don't know if that makes any sense. If we were, like I said, if we were a Journey, it would make sense, but we're not.
Well, I do understand the single concept just because of the fact that people have such a short attention span these days. It's easier to put something out and then in a couple of weeks do something else to keep them coming back in to check you guys out. And then you can tie your merch to that one single and all that shit. There's a lot of tie-ins to go through. I mean, it's just got to be hard when no one buys a fucking album anymore. So
yeah.
I understand the idea of just wanting to push out a singles. But then again, with you saying you want a full length, I mean, I could see that too, but maybe you compromise, and once you put out enough singles, you tie it all together in one thing and throw on a bonus track or two.
I think that's probably what we're going to do. Like I said, I complain about people not buying albums, but I don't buy them anymore either. I do the same thing. I remember complaining like, people don't buy records anymore. What's wrong with the music industry while I'm downloading singles onto my iTunes and Spotify? So it's just the way it works now. You have, this little computer in your hand that has 9 million songs on it. It's like, it's just different. And I'm okay with that, I guess. I mean, I wish it was the 1970s and we had a jet plane with our name on the side of it, and every show was an arena show, but things change and things are different now, and we got to adapt. So, I mean, I don't know, Jimmy, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the old school put out an album mentality. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I just think it's a matter of timing, and it's a matter of what you're getting back out of it, because, everybody on this call knows an album's a pretty big investment. You'd want to make sure that it was put out in front of the max amount of people possible, whether that's, you're opening for a band that's playing for 1,500 people a night, or, whatever, you had a couple singles catch on in a row and really took you to the next level. Then I think it's a smart move. Till then, not really sure.
Yeah, and then where do you go after a record? Then you have a year that you tour on it. You couldn't tour last year, so it's like you put a record out. Then what's the hype? I think putting out singles, like I said, warm and fuzzy makes me feel warm and fuzzy. I love it, but then do people forget about you? You have to stay in their attention span. You have to stay in their field of vision as much as possible, or they're on to the next band that's released a single, and it just, like I said, I just think that's just the way it is now.
Oh, I mean, the pandemic definitely changed over everyone's thinking of how music should be, fucking movies, everything like that. It's completely different, I mean, like you said, if you ain't dangling a carrot in front of this crowd, they're going to forget you in a couple of weeks,
You are 100% right.
It's like, they move on to the next video of some lady cussing somebody in a parking lot, and then on to the next cat video, and on to the next, guy getting punched out in a gas station. It's like, it's a lot of stuff out there to keep people's attention.
I got an idea. What if we just started going to gas stations and hitting people and getting hit back?
And while our song's playing.
Made that a music video every time.
There you go,
I think you just did it, man. I think you just changed music.
I've cracked the code, guys. We're the new Napster.
I think you just
we'll call it greatest hits.
You just turned the music industry on its head, bro.
Now, like I was mentioning, that with each single, a lot of bands are doing a specific line of merch for that track. Is that something you're going to be doing with this new song of yours?
Yeah. Got a really cool design that the Eternity Skeletons holding each other forever, and people really like the artwork and stuff. So that's in the works as well. Just with the supply chain and all that stuff, it's like taking a little bit longer to get things done than what it used to. So yes, we're still waiting on them to come in, but Absolutely. Like you said, I think that's a really cool idea. There are a lot of tie-ins and a lot of things where here's the single, here's the artwork, here's the, the t-shirt, that kind of stuff. When you plan everything out right, it is something, it's an event every time you put out a single.
Well, the thing is too, like, what is it, like 15,000 spins on Spotify equal the sale of one t-shirt, the equivalent in money, something like that.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
So yep. I mean, it's natural to go ahead and put out a cool piece of merch and then say, here's the single for free, because it ties in together. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. I remember a long time ago, people saying, I guess probably 10 years ago, you used to do a tour to support an album. Now you do an album to support a tour. And it's, and that was 10, 15 years ago. And the music industry and technology has changed so fast that who knows what it's going to be, 5 minutes from now. So yeah, I would agree. It's like, okay, this single is so that we can, sell t-shirts and there's a reason why people come to the tour, oh yeah, I remember that band. I like their new song. Let's go see them live.
You see, that's the one thing though. I mean, with the pandemic, like I said, it did change a lot. I mean, movies for one, like if I can get it at home now, I don't even see the point unless it's something big. I mean, I wouldn't see fucking Spider-Man because you had to see that in the theater, but
yeah,
you're never going to take that away from a concert. Like, as cool as it is, I could hook up my Oculus, I could watch a show, but it ain't the same as being there at an actual show. So that's the one thing that'll keep, music going for sure.
Absolutely.
You watched Born on the Oculus yet?
Have I watched Born on the Oculus yet? Nah, it's my kid, so I haven't got to.
Oh, yeah, that'd be inappropriate. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, that feeling of the bass drum hitting in the chest and the bass rumbling your ears and people screaming, yelling, and singing the songs back, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it when you're on the other side of it on the stage and it's all coming back to you. So I hope that never goes away. If that does, I don't know what I'll do.
Now, like I said, you guys did 40 shows so far. How has the crowd been? I mean, are people more excited to actually be back at a show?
Absolutely. Yeah. It feels like there's more excitement in the air. There's more like just people are just glad to be in that room again. The pandemic let us all know that we need each other and that we missed each other. As mean as we were to each other online about different opinions and different, whatever. The pandemic let everybody know that human beings need each other and they need social interaction. They need to, be standing next to one another and screaming at the stage. And so that was something that I learned is like, I'll never take any of that for granted ever again.
Now I could see that you're going to get a swarm of more people coming out. I mean, like I said, with them removing mandates in my area, at least I haven't been able to see a show in 2 years now, two and a half, some shit like that. So now that I finally can go, I can't, I'm like a kid in a candy store, dude. I'm picking out all these fucking shows to go to. It's just like, what?
Oh, yeah.
What's the first one? What's the first one you're going to?
Ice Kills 9 plays in 2 weeks, so I'll be seeing them, and then Ministry is coming, so I'll see them.
Nice. I love Ministry live.
Tommy, our drummer, is a huge Ministry fan. He's constantly playing Ministry on the bus and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I like Ministry too, but Tommy, like, he's going to drag us out, Jimmy, when they come to Columbus. He's like, you're going.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
Then Ice Nine Kills is a killer band. I love that band.
Yeah, it should be a good time, man. I mean, like I said, it's been, I think Kiss was the last show that I've seen, so it'll be fun just to go out to see anybody, man. So I
had tickets to Kiss and it got canceled because Paul got COVID.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Yeah, so I've never seen Kiss.
Really?
So and you would think that I had seen them 4,000 times because I love Kiss, but I just never had the opportunity. We were always, in Iowa or somewhere, just far away from the concert, doing our own shows and stuff. So I never got to see them, and I was so excited about it. And then, I mean, that was the thing about COVID. It just constantly, anything you had to look forward to, it just was right there. It's like, no, you're not doing that. We were lucky to, get it, not get really sick. A lot of people aren't that lucky, but I'm just so happy that it looks like this thing's on its way out.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is too. I think a lot more people are finding out that if you do get it, it's not the end of the world. I mean, unfortunately, like you said, a lot of people did get real sick from it, but they might have had something wrong with them already. I mean, I was crazy on masks and fucking spraying myself down, leaving the house, and when I got COVID, it was just like I wasn't even sure if I really had it or not. I'm like, is it my sinuses or fucking what is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It seems like it's kind of the Wild West, territory as far as diseases go. It's kind of unstudied, unknown for the most part. And yeah, it's like Marty said, we were fortunate enough to, when all of us got it, I didn't feel a thing. I just happened to go get tested. But yeah, a lot of people did. Hopefully it seems like we're, like Marty said, on the way out on that.
Yeah, I knew people that got it that didn't know they even had it. I knew people that never woke up from it. So as far as it goes, it's like I just hope this is the end of it, and hope that we survived a global pandemic.
Yeah, it's something to say, something to tell the grandkids. There was a time in our life we were locked in our fucking house, man. We couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it changed the world. People don't want to go back to work. I mean, why would you? A lot of these jobs you can work from home and stuff, and that would be amazing to do a job that you really liked and you could do it from the living room of your house. And it changed everything. When they say we're not going to go, this is the new normal. It's like I don't necessarily think some of those things are bad. I think innovation and I mean, if I ran a business, I go, no, I'm closing the building down. You can all work from home.
Yeah, I mean? For sure.
I'm not paying rent on this big building.
How many of these interviews have you done on Zoom pre versus post COVID? Zoom itself as a company blew through the roof just due solely to COVID. Before it was all phoners. It was an oddity for us to do a video interview a digital video interview like this in 2017, 2019. This alone here has been revolutionized.
Oh, it changed everything. I mean, for me, worrying that my company was going from at least 1 million views per month on my site to going to over 29 million during this time.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, it changed because I'm able to do this all the time, and I'm getting bands from, all over the world, which is cool. Shit, I would never talk to somebody in India or France or Australia or some shit like that. And now it's, what the fuck? You give me a call and say, yeah, I'll try that out. I may not know who you are at that point in time, but I think it's just a cool experience to go and see what the world's like going on over there, the music scene, how the pandemic's affecting them and shit like that,
Yeah, I mean, it's like, congratulations, 29 million a month. That's wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty.
That's something cool. Special, man.
Uh-huh.
You're like Joe Rogan. They're going to give you, Spotify's going to give you 100 mil.
That's it, man. Just got to make sure I keep my shit together. Every single time you turn around when you start getting hits like that, you start getting banned from certain things. So watch your P's and Q's.
Yeah. Next question.
So when people want to follow up, they want to know more about you guys. They want to check out the tour dates. They want to get some meet and greet packages and shit like that. Where do they go? What do they do for everything?
We got everything on all our social media pages. And anywhere you go, we're there, online and offline. But yeah, just, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. We got all the link trees, all the link in bio kind of things now. It's quicker for me to say that than for me to give you the full list, I'd say.
Hit the link. It'll take you where you want to go.
Awesome. Then you guys got plans for the entire summer? I know you guys got the next 2 months booked up, but is there...
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff we can't announce yet. Some stuff that has gone public. We got a bunch of shows and a festival in August. Trying to fill some stuff out through the summer, some things that I don't want to jinx yet, but I think they'll come together for us decently.
Awesome, man. Good for you guys. I'm glad to see you guys kept yourself busy during this time, and you kept on going through and on to better things that I've seen with your music wise and playing bigger shows and stuff like that. So that's awesome.
Thanks,
you, man. Thanks so much for having us, man. We really, really appreciate it. And I'm glad you like that single, man. It means a lot to us.
And
Yeah,
congrats on 29 million views a month. Damn.
Yeah. tell your followers about us, The Lonely Ones, The Way Out. It's out right now.
Definitely, man, for sure. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. You take care of yourselves.
Be good, buddy.
Later, bro. Thanks, man.